Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. Today I want to talk a little bit about hot and cold behavior. Before I do get into this video, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you love my content. If you want me to be your coach, email me a short description to kim@coreunion.com and I will reply back to you with my next available after you've booked on my website, coreunion.com. You can do a 30-minute or a package. Most people prefer the package because it just makes it really affordable to meet with me more than once. When you are back in touch with your specific person, regardless of whether you called them, texted them, or they called you, texted you, it doesn't really friggin' matter, because all that really does matter is that you have trusted, you trusted that your end was done. So whatever happens in the middle here doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter who called who texted who. Most of the things that you guys assign meaning to doesn't actually matter. Okay. But anyway, so now you're getting communication. You might be just in the beginning phase where you guys are starting to text more. Maybe it's increasing. Maybe you're starting to talk about feelings. And now even some people, maybe you're starting to see each other and dating each other. And then you start to get bits and pieces of the old story. You get triggered. And now you're starting to see that the communication is starting to wane off. What happens sometimes is there was a moment. This is where you want to get used to staying within and staying in trust of the process and remembering that manifestation, like the actual deliberate deciding that I'm making a decision, that I'm deliberately manifesting my life. I'm deliberately going to remain in trust of everything that's always in my heart and my soul. I'm always going to answer those callings, whether it's for the money that I deserve, the career that I want, the relationship that I want to be with, how people are going to treat me, no matter what it is, whatever I really want, I deserve to have, or I simply wouldn't be able to want it. Not only do I deserve it, let me back up. Not only do I deserve it, but that's already done. From my perspective, when it comes to you and your specific person, and I've said this in many, many videos, I believe that we actually tap into the love that we want when we're ready for it, that the relationship with you and your specific person actually already exists. I do believe that it actually exists before you even physically existed in this human form. That's what I believe. So when you start to have these premonitions of who your person is and the things that you want, like I did when I was young about my mirror soul Hana, I believe that that's because creation is already done. Creation, I don't believe, just happens when we suddenly have a desire for it. I believe that it's already existing. And when we're ready for it, then we'll see it come up in our reality. And if there's anything within us that is basically not in alignment with that end, we're going to be shown that so we can make a decision to let it go or not. When there's a moment, so let's say that you call or text your person. I don't know if it's a minute later, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, or an hour later, or 2 hours later, but there's always a moment where there's a little part of you that's kind of noticing, oh, he or she would have responded by now. Is this happening again? Like, it's like you start to brace yourself for impact. So you're waiting for the other shoe to drop because you're really afraid that it's going to happen. Then you get triggered. Now you are back in your old story again. One of the indicators is that you're triggered. The trigger is simply showing you that that's active, but you're taking it as this is actually happening. If you don't catch that, then you will be now manifesting that they're not communicating. And no matter, by the way, no matter how they do communicate at this point, if you are in your old story where you're not being prioritized and valued, it would not matter how much they reassure you. It won't matter how much you simply won't be able to see it. So everything that is said and done, you'll have a perception that will be in your old story if you are living from that being that version of you and believing that you're not the priority. So when we don't catch it, then we're going to be manifesting the experience of that because that's who we're being. And our life is reflecting who we are. And our belief system is being reflected back to us. So it's not your fault that things are happening. But now that you're aware of how manifestation works, I highly recommend that you go all in 100% and make the decision that this is now who you are always going to be in your life. You're never going to, you're not just doing this as a way to get your person back. You're not just doing this as a way like as if it's some sort of a magic trick. Because when you do it without, from my perspective, when you're not doing it in trust and in more of a powerful place, it can be a very draining process. You might get tired of the process itself. You might also get tired of your person, which would be a shame from my perspective, because you're really kind of giving up because of your perception. And it's really your baggage of not believing that you're worthy or deserving enough. In some cases, not in all, but in a lot of cases, that's the case, that you don't believe that you're worthy or deserving enough to have this, and the taste of it, the idea that you might lose it is scary. So you're constantly protecting yourself from it because you don't want to experience that. So then again, no matter what they say or do, it's never going to be enough. When you want to reach out, do it with confidence, do it with love, do it knowing that they love hearing from you, that the same way you would be so happy to see their name on your device come up, you hear the notification, you see that that's them reaching out to you because you love them. You have to see them that that's how they feel when they hear from you too. Reach out with that confidence of knowing that they're happy to hear from you because they love you equally as much as you love them. And then imagine what it feels like that they're so happy and excited and they can't wait to respond to you. If they're busy at work, they can't wait until they have a moment to be able to tell you really quickly, to respond. Or just imagine, even better, just imagine the satisfaction that they did reply right away and go on about your day. Because if you think about it in that way, that we love to stay connected, our communication is always beautiful and flowing, and that I am their number one priority, and he or she loves to hear from me, and they love to make me feel special. They always love to stay connected. When you are in that place with it, you won't be experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing. Okay. But it's the trigger itself that's just showing you there's a little part of you that's still active, that you're seeing them that way. Drop that old story and go in your imagination after you've reached out and catch it the moment that you start to, you can literally sense when you're starting to count the minutes and when you're starting to feel a little edgy, a little agitated. That's your cue that you're becoming attached to the old story. That's your cue when you are attached to the old story to release it and let it go. This is the old story. This doesn't matter. I know how much they love me. I know that I mean everything to them. I know that what we mean to each other. We have an amazing and happy relationship. Our relationship is sacred and secure. It's easy. It flows. It's natural. We were created to love each other. I am everything to him. We are everything to each other. We're always in perfect sync. We're like two peas in a pod. Also, so what causes hot and cold behavior is that fear that you have. It's also that you're assigning meaning that they're being hot and cold. Stop assigning meaning that they're being hot and cold. They might just be literally busy. Just because somebody's busy that they don't respond to you right away does not mean that you're not a priority and that you don't matter to them. Anyway, I love you so much. I hope that this video helps. Why do I say hope? Hope is for beggars. I know for a fact that this video helped many of you guys. Short and sweet, right to the point, exactly what you needed to hear. Have an amazing evening. Have an amazing weekend. Comment down below that you know that you are in complete trust that your end exists and that you're done with the old story. You've completely dropped it. Okay? I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye. Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.